Hey, it's Tim, and today is August 26th, and it's 9:10 p.m. It's late. I have had a super busy day with work and some other stuff I had to do, and so it's home late. I am here. I'm going to make some dinner, and I want to bring you along with me. And today is called Cooking with Tim in the kitchen. And here's what we're going to make. We are making some roasted vegetables. They're just going to be roasted vegetables. I'm putting them in the oven. We're going to roast them, and then we're just going to eat them. Audrey is going to be home from dance rehearsal in just a little bit. And let me show you what I'm doing. So far, I've got a bowl right here. And inside this bowl, I have chopped up some onions, some potatoes, some carrots, mushrooms, and bell pepper. Next, I'm going to bring you along with you. I've already got a head start. I've got my oven preheated to 375. I've got this juicy tomato that came out of my garden. Also, the bell peppers came out of the garden. And this hunk of zucchini right here that also came out of the garden. And we're just gonna roast this stuff up in the oven. So, I already cut that other stuff up. Now we're gonna cut this stuff up and throw it in the bowl. What I like to do now, this is Cooking with Tim. What I like to do is when I cut something like a zucchini, I'll cut it this way. I'm gonna turn it, I'm gonna cut it that way. I'm gonna turn it a little bit more, I'm gonna cut it that way, and then watch what happens. When I cut, I've got these triangular pieces already done. I don't have to mess with it anymore. It's done. See, we don't need a whole lot, we're just doing a little bit. There we go, we're gonna put these in our bowl, which is here. All right, the next thing we're gonna do is cut our tomato and stick that in our bowl. I'm gonna get the proper camera angle here for our Cooking with Tim episode. I'm gonna go ahead and cut the top of it off. That's just what I like to do. And I'm gonna try to pour out this little stemmy thing in there with my giant knife. It's not going too good. So we're just gonna go ahead and slice it up into pieces. I don't know how to say the right words, but something with a tomato, because we're gonna roast these vegetables for about 30-40 minutes in the oven. And a tomato is kind of juicy and it's red and it's soft, it's gonna cook real fast. So we need some bigger pieces. That's the tricky thing about roasting your vegetables in the oven is you want to make sure the zucchini is going to cook real fast because it's real tender. The tomato is going to cook real fast. The potatoes are going to take a little longer because they're nice and thick. The carrots are going to take a little longer. So you have to proportion your pieces accordingly. But it's not that big a deal. Nothing is ever that big a deal. You can make it work. All right, here we go. Put all this stuff in here, in this bowl. The very next thing I'm going to do, once it's all in there, I like to do tomatoes. And the mushrooms I leave kind of whole too, here on Cooking with Tim. I'm making a huge pile of mess right here on the counter of all my scraps and debris from my cookings. Now I'm gonna go over to the pantry, which is right over my left shoulder. We're gonna grab some olive oil. Right here is the olive oil. This is olive oil, extra virgin olive oil from Trader Joe's. And now, I'm just gonna drizzle that onto my stuff. Just a little olive oil in there, whoop, 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 okay. Put the lid back on. I'm gonna run over here to the spices, and I'm gonna grab us some spices. They're over here in the corner. What I like to use when I roast vegetables, I've got this from Trader Joe's. It's called Everything But the Bagel. Everything But the Bagel. Let's see if we can get a good focus on that one. And then I've got also some onion salt from Trader Joe's. Onion salt. And I'm gonna go ahead and sprinkle these items onto our vegetables, like so. And you can just go ahead and dump crap loads on it because that's what I do. I just put a lot on there. We're gonna do the Everything But the Bagel stuff right there. Ooh, oh. Okay, and then we're gonna toss. We're gonna toss this around a little bit. Give it some good mixing. Ooh, ooh, ooh. You know what? I think I'm gonna use a wooden spoon. Wooden spoon here. Did you know that at my house when I was a kid growing up, we went through a lot of these. A lot of these got cracked over my hiney. That's my mom, she'll tell you. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna stir it and get a good, everybody gets a good coating. Coating of olive oil and of the seasonings. And sometimes I kind of look at it and I go, maybe a little bit more onion salt. Never hurt anybody. By the way, if you ever go to church, this is really good on everything. You can sprinkle it on everything. Ice cream, mashed potatoes. Oh, thing fell out again. Okay, now what we're gonna do next? Is adjust the camera just a little bit. We're gonna lift it up a little bit. Now I'm gonna get my, that's too much. Now I'm gonna get my pan, which looks like this. It's just a metal pan. It's nice and clean. I'm gonna dump all this business in here. like that. Kind of shake it around a little bit, and there we have a nice bed of vegetables laying in there. And I've already got my oven, which is right behind me, preheated to a nice 375 degrees, and it's hot because it just beeped a few minutes ago. Let's open it up. Look inside. There it is. It's hot in there. Let's get our tray right here. I'm gonna throw that on there. All right. Now, that's got to cook about 30-35 minutes. And what I'm gonna do while that's happening is I'm gonna clean up this big mess. I always clean up my mess right after putting the food in the thing. That way, when the food comes out, everything, you're ready. The counter's ready. The counter's clean. You don't have this huge mess. So I'm gonna work on that real quick. Look how fast we're doing this. All right. This is kind of junk. We're just gonna toss that aside. Okay, we won't gonna use that again. I'm gonna put my spices away. Look how fast we do this. This bowl, I'm gonna go ahead and take all my junk, these are all organic pieces and parts, shavings, clippings, debris, skin, whatever. And over here, I've got my compost thing that goes outside. I've got a huge compost bin out back that I fill with food scraps and chicken poop, because we have chickens, and it all goes in there, and I make dirt for my garden, and it works really great. Also note, it's summertime and it's warm out. Now if you leave, that thing will get full. In fact, when I got home today, it was full. I had to dump it out. If you leave that stuff in there, it starts to get rank. It gets stanky. You want to make sure you get that outside every 2 days or whatever, because it gets stinky and you get the flies and the bugs and stuff. We don't like that. I'm gonna go over here to the sink right now. I'm gonna rinse this thing out. Okay, I'm gonna rinse it and I'm gonna leave it in there for somebody else to deal with later. That's how we do it here at the house. Oh, I gotta clean my chopping board. That's gonna go in the sink right there. I got a wooden spoon here. We're just gonna clean everything up. Get it all clean. Here's the sink. What's that? The trash bag, plastic bag. My slicer, my peeler. That's gonna get cleaned up as well here in the sink. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and finish washing that up while you wait just 1 second. And the stuff's in the oven. We've got one more step. I'll just tell you about it real quick. What we're gonna do, I like to use this cheese. Not in the freezer. Right here. It's right here. It's called Quattro Formaggio. Quattro Formaggi. In about 5 minutes before that the vegetables are done, I'm going to sprinkle this all over the top. And we're going to give it a nice broil. I'm going to just kind of burn the top of the cheese. It's going to be glorious. I'll see you guys back in a few minutes. Well, 30. All right. Since you've been gone, I took a shower. Now I smell good. I'm gonna go ahead and take a look in here. About halfway through, we're gonna give these guys a stir. Ow. Ow, I flipped the pan. Ow. Okay, we're just gonna give them a little stir around. Stick them back in. Cook it some more. All right, we are down to about 10 minutes left of cooking time. We're gonna add the cheese, the Quattro Formaggi, and also I forgot to mention, we're gonna add some breadcrumbs. If you have some breadcrumbs, that does fantastic wonders to the top of your veggies. Let's take a look. I forgot the pot holder. It's right here. We got a pot holder. We're gonna open this up right now. We're gonna take a look. Oh yeah, it's perfect. It's perfect. The veggies are starting to get soft and squishy. We're gonna add the stuff here I left on the ground. It's gonna be the breadcrumbs. Like that. Those are gonna be a nice crispy top on it. And then we're gonna add the cheese stuff. Come over here, you gotta see what I'm doing. All right, we're gonna add the cheese. This. All right, and then we're gonna switch our oven to broil. So we're gonna say off, we're gonna say broil on high, start. Oops. Broil on high, start. All right, there it goes. Let's close it back up. So our baked veggies can cook, our roasted veggies can cook. About another 10 minutes. I'll see you then. Hey, let's do a peek. Look at that golden brown crispiness of cheese and formaggio and breadcrumbs. We're gonna take it out in just a second. Okay, I think it's been long enough, and I think it's done. Let's take a look inside. Look at that. Oh, it's hot. Very hot. Okay, here we go. Here is our, drop the pot holder. Darn it. Here is our roasted vegetables pan. Look at this, it is hotter than a wet rock in June right here. We're gonna check it out, look at that. Can't wait to eat it, we're gonna eat it. Don't forget to turn the oven off. Off, okay. All right, that's gotta cool just for a second. We're gonna put it in our plates or bowls or whatever. Audrey's here, we're gonna have our dinner. All right, look at this goodness in the pan. I'm gonna scrape it out with this wooden thing. We're gonna put it in our bowl. Ooh, get some of this burnt crispy cheese on there. That's gonna be good right there, okay. And then you can't just eat it like that. You have to do something to it. Let's go over here to the other counter. We're gonna do something to it right here. I'll need a fork right here. All right, look where we keep our silverware. And these things right here. All right, and then we're gonna use a little bitchin' sauce. Ooh, hey, right there, it's gonna go on. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. Yes. All right, you know it's good, so I'm not gonna take a taste while you're here with me, but I'm gonna go eat this, I'm starving. And hey, thanks for watching, I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for joining me in the kitchen. We're gonna go eat our dinner. It's time to eat some dinner and it's very late at night. I'm hungry, hungry, hungry. Let's eat and be all tight. Okay, I'm gonna go eat my dinner now, but I forgot to ask you to buy me a coffee. Look down in the description and you can buy me a coffee, thanks.